To all of our enemies, all of our little naysayers, we would be better off not even thinking about those people. Who are they to you? There are billions of people in the world. Who are they to you? Peace is non-negotiable from here on out. Do you understand? Peace is non-negotiable. And having the gift of see you later, it shouldn't be normal either. But you have to protect your peace. And I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I see you. Trust me, I do. I see you. I see you. And I love you. I cannot be a lover of God without loving you first. Why? Because I seen you. And anybody that says different is a liar. You are another Black woman. It broke my heart yesterday. And I don't know who the woman name is. I probably read it somewhere else earlier, but I have no issue with this creator. As far as I know, I don't have issues with no creators. However, I heard a creator say something very vile yesterday about you. And it broke my heart. It broke my heart like she had said it to me. You deserve to be here. You deserve to be here. You deserve to get it right. They out here trying to get it right. So why can't you? We have no heaven or hell to put this woman in. None of y'all should be even wanting to put her in one. Sometimes I felt unworthy. I still deserve to be here. She deserves to be here. She deserves an equal slice of the pie, just like everybody else.
And something else, China. Why are people saying I want attention? What are you talking about? I'm a content creator. I have a story like anyone else. Are y'all not hearing?
If nobody wanted attention, nobody would be on TikTok.
There would be no videos, no nothing.
At all. So let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100. It's what y'all say, right? If you did not want attention at all, you would not be on social media getting attention. It may have been the roundabout. However, I can't sit back and watch the community that I say I love my peoples and this is what we do. Like, everybody should be tired of being hurt. She deserves to wake up just like the next person watching. She deserves to wake up just like you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to say this, that I learned a big lesson about sometimes when you open your mouth and you say things out of your mouth, you have to realize that that other person on the other side has a right to respond how they want to respond. And they're not going to respond how you want them to respond. So when you're asking for people to give you grace, you got to remember the first thing a person's going to think is, did you give them grace before you gave them what you gave them? So you have to understand that they have a right to respond. Not knowing, I listened to you today. I listened to this story today, really listening to it. And I feel like, in the situation, let's just start by $2. She has a right to respond. She's not going to respond the way you want her to respond because
Fine.
okay, but hold on, let me finish. And
That's
because
fine.
how her emotions are and how your emotions are, you're two different people, right? So I think that the person, Christy, that was underneath that was trying to talk, I think that you were not actually given the moment to really listen to $2 because the other young lady was trying to talk at the same time. And I don't know what $2 was asking. I just do know is that when it comes to mental health and it comes to someone hurting themselves, and a lot of people begin to worry, if it comes out not to be true, we do know that that worrying feels like it's in vain for the people that worried about you, right? We understand that part, right? And so I think a lot of this is hurt. I'm sorry.
I said wholeheartedly.
Oh, I'm saying that I think a lot of this is hurt, and I think a lot of it is that with you being hurt, rightfully so, you're hurt for a facet of reasons, not just one person, not one reason. You're hurt from a lot of reasons, but it's also a lot of people listening to the outside that are out here hurt because of what they thought was being happening. And I think that that's where they're asking for grace. And I think that it was traumatic on both ends. Nobody's end is no different. I just think that it's when it comes time for somebody who's really hurt or really going through, people aren't going to believe them. And I think that's the part people are trying to get across. It's just like with any other situation, whether it be SA or it be DV or, anything. We've just come to, in the last couple of years, notice that, it's been a lot of situations that people have said that have not been true. And I just think that that's the part that is carrying a lot of weight on a lot of people's hearts up here is that, but just that thought right there that it wasn't true. Whatever was supposedly had happened, that it didn't happen. And I think that's playing a big factor. And I think because you're hurt on this end, it's the receiving. You're having a hard time receiving what people are saying, and the people on the other end are having a hard time receiving what you're saying. And I think that's where the confusion lies. And again, as I said in the beginning, I don't have a dog in this fight, right? But I want to see us black women get along and be able to have a conversation and fix something. And when I say fix, it doesn't mean be friends, making sure that we're not slandering or knocking each other or, belittling each other or anything of that nature. Just like I said to you, I don't have one gripe with either person, but I do know your safety is very important. Your mental health is very important. The people who are involved, Trina, Rose, Diamond, Hoover, whoever's names that you named, their mental health is important as well. So everybody's mental health, because we don't know where anybody is at this moment in their life. We all tapping on screens. We don't know what's going on behind that screen. And you made a very valid point that we didn't know what you were going through before you made that decision to do whatever you did. But I don't think dogpiling you and jumping on you and everybody slandering you and everybody knocking you is going to fix the situation either. And I don't think vice versa, knocking anybody else or slandering anybody else is going to fix the situation. I definitely know that I had to sit down these past couple of days and focus on my mental health and think about the person's mental health that I put in a situation. So I definitely say, do what's best for you. Definitely do what's best for you. But in this process of doing what's best for you, just think about so this never happens again. Because nobody wants you to give up your store, especially if you're out here helping people. Nobody wants you to give up that. If you're out in the community doing stuff to help people, people don't want you to give that up. It's just that this situation is a lot. It's like so many different chapters in this situation that I didn't know the chapters were there. But I'm just saying there's so many chapters and there's so many people that are hurt. And you're not going to be able to fix their hurt. You're not going to be able to. But in order for you to understand where they are, you're going to have to allow them to tell you because you want to tell them how you feel. So, I think that you...
Hey, I got to they can tell me, but you're not going to interrupt me. And how many times do I have to say, I know I was wrong. I apologize for triggering people. I apologize for being selfish and only thinking about myself. How many times do I have to say that? That's
Right.
my
I don't
thing.
think at that moment, like me listening to $2, which is the first person I've heard talk, but me listening to $2, I don't think she was gonna do that. I think she was trying to tell you where it impacted her and how she felt about it. And like I said, this other person was talking underneath the bottom, and I just think it just went, instead of allowing $2, just get it all off at one time. You know, no matter what, when you do something wrong to somebody, they're gonna regurgitate what you did. Now you don't have to apologize again because you said you've already apologized, but they have a right to regurgitate it. They have a right, just like you are having a right to regurgitate everything else that has happened to you. So I think that you should give $2 an opportunity. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's
Oh, that's the baby.
let's let it
That's the baby.
suspense. I
Oh,
don't mind giving $2, but I'm something you said was everyone is not going to say things. You're correct, but I'm not going to be talked to. You're going to have to fix your tone. Period. I don't care.
and
Because
like
I'm not
I,
saying, I'm not coming at you
right.
with the rah rah. And one thing that we know, a person is not going to hear your message or receive it if you are coming in a way that you are attacking them. And
So, but
that's how I
let's
feel.
right. Let's go
$2
back to
is coming to you.
have you ever been on one of $2 shows? Have you ever watched her show? How she was
I might have watched her show.
right, but
Um,
how she was seriously talking just a few minutes ago, be very candid. That's how she talks. I don't think that she intentionally was raising
and
her voice or
right, right.
anything.
But Shay, again, I can be a certain way too, but I
Mhm.
choose not to because again, I want people to be able to receive and hear what I'm saying and not focus on the tone. That's one thing that's called active communication.
Mhm.
You can't come to someone and be like, well, why did you do that? And not even let me finish what I'm saying. $2 does that a lot. She'll come up in a panel and she'll talk, but she'll talk so much, but not allow people to really, why did you do that? Why? Well, like when I was trying to say, well, you did. See, that's too much. If you're going to talk to me, you're going to talk to me respectfully as I'm talking to you. And I will be more than happy to explain. But I feel like I have already explained. What else do you want me to say? I said that I know I trigger people, and I am sorry. What else do you want me to say? I
You don't
said
have to
I was
apologize.
wrong.
Right.
What else do you want me
You
to
don't have
say?
to.
I said that I said that B said what she said and she disagreed. And I apologized to Bree because I know that hurt her because she said she lost a sibling. And I apologize for that. But what more do you want me to say? So I hear what you're saying,
Yeah,
but
I understand where you're coming from, and I
I'm not gonna
understand.
hear someone doing all that rah rah. I'm not gonna allow also someone to tell me I can't come and tell my story, or I just want clout, or I just want attention. When most of these people that's saying it, y'all do that for, y'all get attention. You get gifts, you get subscriptions. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it does
I'm
not
not
make
doing this.
sense.
I'm not doing this for clout. I'm not doing this for attention. So I definitely
No, I'm not
understand if that's
talking about you, so you're not
no.
understanding.
No,
I'm
I
not
am
talking
listening. Let me
about
finish.
you.
Let me finish, because as I was getting ready to say, so I definitely understand where you're coming from about that. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying that you were saying I was doing it. What I'm saying to you is that I just learned a valuable lesson about allowing someone to have the right to have their opinion. And it doesn't matter how the opinion comes out or what is said.
Well, no, it does matter to me.
Right, but I'm saying I learned a valuable lesson, because
You,
if you bring something out, right? Let's just say, because again, I still don't know the whole story, right? but you said something over and over again. So if you said something or you
Shay,
did,
you know the whole story because we
I'm
talked
talking about,
about it
I
earlier.
know, I'm not saying I don't know. I know what bits you have told me, but to know the whole grand scheme of things, no, I don't. But I do know this part is what I'm talking about. You said that you triggered several people. So, but you were also triggered, correct? Right?
Am I in court or
No,
are
no,
we
no.
having a conversation?
No, we're having a conversation. I'm asking you,
So don't talk to me in a way. See, let me say this, because y'all do this a lot. Y'all do rebuttal stuff like y'all are lawyers and judges. You're not
oh,
going to
I
do that
can
with
do
me. You're
it.
not
No, I
going to do that
cannot
with me.
rebuttal. See, I'm not trying. What I'm trying to do is
You're
just
not
get
going to do
you.
that with me.
I'm not trying to get you
Just
upset, and I'm not trying
listen.
to.
Just ask your question.
So my question, my
And that's it. You
simple
don't have to say
question.
right. Y'all do that. I hate that. Like, why do y'all do that? Just ask the question. Because when you say right, you're assuming that I believe it's right. You're not allowing me to have my answer, my genuine answer. That's all I'm saying. And people do that a lot. Well, you know, this and this, right? Wrong.
That's just how I
I
talk,
didn't
and
say that
I
wrong.
say that all the time.
A lot
But
of people, a
as
lot of people say that, Shay. I'm saying a lot of people say that, and
yeah, I do it too. But
you know what
all
I'm
I was
saying?
just
That's all I'm
saying
saying.
that I was saying that both of y'all were right. You're right because you're triggered. She's right because she's triggered.
Absolutely,
We just can't change
absolutely.
how we can't just change how if somebody perceives you're being nasty or whatever the case may be, then that's going to be the way it is. If you're perceiving Tylin as being nasty, then that's the way it is. That's the part that I'm just saying. And both of you, it can be two things right at the same time. It's always possible. So no, I'm not coming up here to play a lawyer or anything of the above. I just wanted to kind of tell you my opinion and just to give her the opportunity to finish her statement without anybody interrupting her. And maybe it might be sound different because I know that if somebody interrupts me, I do get frustrated and it sounds a little bit different. So, and I want you to be able to tell your story and it be finished like you said, because I heard you say this is going to be it. You're done. And it not be any other questions or anything behind there. That's it. I'm just not going to come up here and yell at you and all that kind of stuff. I'm just not doing it.
I know,
I
Shay.
just
We
woke up
talk, we
into
talk,
this.
and I told you I appreciate you
No, you're
and
welcome.
everything like that. I'm just stating that we also have a right for to let someone know how to treat us. That's
Right.
all I'm saying. And what I have observed is that when she comes very aggressively sometimes, and sometimes it's not warranted, and sometimes a person might not be in a state to really handle that, and people do that. And I'm just saying, I haven't said nothing bad about $2. I said she was very genuine. She was very nice. I have nothing about that. I know I triggered people, and I'm gonna say this again. I am so sorry for that, but I still was gonna unalive myself through because of what I went through. And that's why when I came on the live and I'm trying to talk, and people kept trying to pick through my story instead of allowing me or have support to talk to me. That's how I felt. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand, that I still was in a unalivable state of mind. But I feel like people was like, I want to ask this question. Like they were trying to debunk. How can you debunk my feelings? It's my feelings. And that's how I felt. I have no problem talking to $2. I just want her to talk to me in a tone that I can receive what she's saying and then allow me to answer, and then she can go to the next question. That's how communication works. Communication does not work if one person is doing this and the other person is quiet trying to talk. It can't work. That is all I'm saying. I know that people do things, but that does not negate the fact that you still have to be able to present your statement in a way respectfully where a person will hear what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. I know that lovely Peach was very hurt and cried about that. I know B was very hurt and cried about that. What I'm saying is, I know this. How many times are y'all gonna pin me to the cross? See, when does doxing, listen now, when does doxing me? What was the rationale for doxing me? What was the rationale for doxing my home? What was the rationale for doxing my mother, who had nothing to do with this, Shay? Do you see what I'm saying? My mother had nothing to do with this. I didn't say what I say and dox people. They dox me. And then when is it okay, Shay, for someone to tell me, if I don't get off this live, if I don't stop talking about Trina and Black Diamond, I'm gonna get unalived. So you tell me what mostly with Maslow's law, you know Maslow's law. You tell me what's more important, my safety, or a person continuously holding on to something that I said when I apologized.
Your safety is absolutely the most important thing.
Exactly. And I feel like the only thing that people are holding on to is the fact that I said that I did this, because I was like, no one was listening to me. Y'all don't want it. Let me listen here. I'm gonna say this in
Put it back up in the background, honey.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. Y'all don't want the truth. Y'all want to continue to do things to monetize, to talk about. Y'all, we as Black people, we do that all the time. All the time. No one once said anything about me being somebody saying I'm gonna be unalived, doxing my mother. No one said anything about that. But they keep going back to when I said, well, y'all don't care. So I'm shit. If I split my wrist, would you care now? Y'all that's the only thing I want to hold on to. You don't care about me or about nothing else. You don't care about the mental state that I was in. I felt like harming myself. Yes, I did. You can ask Michelle and you can ask Kimmy. Yes, I did. I got so frustrated in that live when people were coming up asking me questions as if we're in a debate. This is my life. I don't debate these things. I'm not feeling well. So for people to come up and just constantly coming at me instead of giving me that grace, I know what I did was wrong. It was wrong, and there was no excuse. I should not have done that. I should not have done that or said that. I should not have been selfish and said something because I didn't get the attention I felt I needed. So what else can I say? What else can I say? That's all I'm saying.
That's the
That was
hard
a
part for
selfish
me.
moment.
Right. That's the hard part for me because you didn't do any of those things to me. You didn't do any of those things to me. So I just want everybody, including your mental health, including the parties that have been affected. I want everybody's mental health to be in the right spot. And that includes everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
You're on mute, Shay.
What happened?
Shay. What happened? Shay. Can you hear? Can you hear?
Hear me?
Yes. Can you hear?
Oh, do I got an echo?
Hear me?
Yeah, it's a
Hold on one
yeah,
second.
come
Let me
back
get
up, come back up. Come down and come back up. I'm sorry. China doll, what did you say? Did you say something?
I did for just a second. I had to.
So I'm gonna go down. I just wanted to say you know, just I hope
I
your mental
hear,
health.
I
I hope
hear you,
everybody
Joe.
who's involved mental health is good.
I
Oh,
hear you,
can you hear
Joe.
me?
Yes,
Okay.
and,
Well,
and
I'm
I
gonna
and
back on out.
and I respect your outlook on it, the situation, and I do thank you for listening to me because he did listen to me to understand. So I appreciate you for that. I'm not mad at anything. I appreciate you for that. Did China or Lady of Suspense, did y'all have anything to say before I go?
Sometimes mental health, it can be selfish sometimes. It doesn't care who it takes hostage. So all we can do is ask for forgiveness and ask for grace and not feel sorry about it. That
I,
means you're humble.
I have one more person I'm gonna have come up, and then that's gonna be the last person I'll have come up because I'm um I'm not even supposed to be, because of my knee. I'm not supposed to be going anywhere. But I gotta go somewhere because I'm this is just, it's very heavy. It's heavy, and I'm not talking. And I know I caused pain to people. I know I did, but there was also other things going on, and I just need a break before I break. Is it Ray or Ra?
It's Ray.
Ray, hey, how are you?
How are you? I was thoroughly concerned about you. I don't know you personally, and I've heard, people talking about this for at least 2 days now. And I myself have had some traumatic life events. I lost my father too, and I haven't recovered. And I know that people believe they know what that looks like. They believe that they know what a person looks like when they are in crisis. But there is no particular look. And I want to say, I'm just happy to see you're here. Because even if you said that, what you said, and took it back, I have to believe from my life experience that somewhere you needed some type of help. You were desperate. Something inside you needed to be heard. And so I want to extend myself because I would hate to hear that you caused harm to yourself. I would hate to hear that. You know what I mean? And I can see that you are in crisis. I can hear it. I can hear it in your voice. I can hear it in your response. And I just want you to know that I've been there. And nobody ever knew. Nobody ever knew that I stayed up until 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning every day. Nobody knew that I was existing off for 2 hours or 3 hours worth of sleep. Everybody thought I was just normal and I was okay. And I was in crisis. I lost my grandmother. I lost my father. I had a spinal surgery. It was so many tragic events and nobody was aware of it. So because you said you needed help and you just wanted to be heard, I want you to know that I'm listening and I'm watching. And my DM is open to you. And don't you ever feel as though you are alone in this world. Because that's the worst feeling. And it's the strongest that people never look at. They just think we got it all together. And I can imagine from what you describe yourself as is you're the fixer in your family like myself. You're the breadwinner. You're making it happen. And nobody ever asks us, are we okay? So I believe from what I'm witnessing and how you sound to me, I believe there's something really going on with you. You made a misstep. You took it back. I know a lot of people who have done just that. But I'm worried about you. And I want you to be concerned about yourself. I want you to hold space for yourself and get well. Like I said, nobody ever knew what was going on with me. So you have time to heal the bridges that you have burnt. You have time to apologize. But I believe that it's time for you maybe to get some help. Because I believe you when you said you didn't want to be here anymore. And either way, I believe it's a cry for help. And this is not it. This, you being up in front, this, you look like you're in crisis to me. I can feel it in my spirit. What you described is traumatic life events. And everyone can say how they would deal with those events, but let it happen to you, one behind the other, and see how you handle it. And I also want to say this. I think that sometimes people believe accountability looks like punishment. I see that a lot on TikTok. People want to punish.
Have you ate today? You ain't ate. It's good as hell to see you. How we doing, friend?
Wow, I couldn't even finish it. So
Man,
I'm going to get off.
I get it. It's a beautiful thing, though, too. It's dope as hell.
Mm-hmm.
What's going, Miss D? You know, it's dope as hell to see you. I remember you singing. But how we doing? Yeah, what you got going on right now?
Well, why did you have to interrupt me, Mr. Washington?
Mr. Washington, can she finish?
Damn,
can she finish?
That's a beautiful thing. It ain't.
I know.
I know. Listen, I get it.
I know.
I came to do one thing, but you want to be the focus, or you want to let me talk to this lady?
Well,
I just want to finish my thought.
Okay, you want to get your point out? I get you. My fault. I apologize. My fault. You the focus, right? Ray?
I just want to finish my thought.
Yeah, you. My fault. I apologize, Ray. You the focus.
Thank you. I just want to finish my thought. You don't need to be punished. So take care of yourself. You first, and then you can answer all the questions when you feel well enough to do that. You understand what I'm saying? When you feel well enough. Because I believe that you are in crisis. And I need you to take care of yourself. Thank you for letting me in. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Go ahead, Mr. Washington.
She was nice.
Shit, man. You know I come up here just to hang out with you. How you doing?
Mr. Washington, how I look like I'm doing?
Shit, missing the song. You missing the song? Like, I ain't heard you singing in a minute.
Was that a laugh I just seen?
God damn, yeah, she laughed, wasn't it? It was beautiful as hell. But shit, I ain't heard you singing. I know you got something in you for a song or something here. I was cooking a while ago, and then I seen you, and I said, man, it'll be nice if you was cooking with me. But I get it. What else you got going on right now? You finna eat something? What you finna eat?
I'm just gonna lay down.
You finna lay down?
Eat that lunch. Eat the lunch that you had got earlier today. Put it in the microwave.
She didn't buy no lunch. What lunch she had?
She had lunch.
D ain't had no lunch. D, you had lunch. D, what lunch you had today?
Well, let me explain, Mr. I ordered, but I forgot
What
it was
you ordered? I don't believe it. I don't believe you ordered nothing. What you ordered?